Welcome to Sex Drive Radio, brought to you by our friends at Adam and Eve, America's most trusted source for adult products. Hi, I'm Dr. Ava Cadell, your personal certified love and sexologist, here to inspire and empower you in the bedroom. With my special guest, co-host today, author, actor, writer, producer Tino Struckman. And we are going to talk about how this economy is affecting your romantic life. So give us a call, 1-877-711-5611, to ask us a question or to share your experiences. And when you do, you will get a gift of Axe hair products to make your hair look and feel sexy. So get into a juicy frame of mind and stay tuned for more Sex Drive Radio. Welcome back to Sex Drive Radio, where we take sex seriously so that you can have more grown-up fun. Our phone lines are open now, so give us a call at 1-877-711-5611. And my special co-host today is the author of a book called Stalked. He's an actor, producer, writer, and ex-military man, but he is also, in my opinion, the epitome of a romantic man. So welcome to the show, Tino Struckman.
Thank you so much, darling. I love when I'm introduced that way.
Oh, yes. Now, you give seminars for women on awareness and protection from stalkers and abusive relationships and selfish lovers and all that important stuff. So who inspired you to take this life path?
Oh, I think we all have inspired, but some of us are inspired with positive role models. And I do believe I grew up with a grandfather who was very much a gentleman to his family, very much a chivalrous gentleman. And he always taught me what was the right, wrong, and proper behavior. And I don't think I always listened. I didn't always follow it. As I got a little older and I ended up as an instructor in the Army, I ended up teaching a lot of young kids who was, deployed, they're far away, they're gone, and they're all coming to me with their trouble and problems. And you tend to remember that some of the old-time values really work really, really well, and they're very missed in today's world. Not to say that we can't have some good, clean, dirty fun, but there's got to be a balance. There's got to be room for romance.
Yes, and that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about romance, but I want to let you know, Tino, that people call in with questions about anything, so I want you to be prepared for absolutely anything. And we do have our first caller on line 3, so let's talk to Tally from Oregon. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
What is your question, sweetie?
I have kind of an embarrassing question.
Nothing's embarrassing.
Okay. I had a threesome, and I slept with an American and then an African-American man, and the African-American man had a much larger penis.
I thought that was a rumor. I feel bad now. Sorry, continue.
And, well, what was funny was that they're both about the same height and weight. And but there was a huge difference, obviously, in the sack. And so I want to know, are there certain races of men that have larger, penises than others?
Right. Well, first of all, I want to know what happened in this threesome. Did you make the guy with the small penis feel bad, or did you make him feel...
No, not at all. No, not at all.
Did you have double penetration?
Well, if you
because if you have it, that's very good for double penetration. If you have a large man to go inside your vagina, and then you have a smaller man inside your butt, that can be the perfect threesome.
Can it?
Right, Tally? Did you do that?
True. You know what? We didn't do that.
Oh, Tally, you got to get them back.
No, I got to try that.
You have to try that. It's called a trigasm.
A wasted opportunity there, honey.
Anyway, let's answer Tally's question. You want to know if there are generalizations between culture and penis size, and the answer is yes and no. I actually have a chart in my office, and I wish I could memorize it. But yes, there are certain cultures that have bigger penises. And I think that black men, it's not a rumor. They say if you go black, you don't go back. Have you heard that? African American do have large penises.
Not going back.
And Italian men, I think, have large penises. And now, Tino, you're Danish. Tell us about the size of Danish men's penises.
Well, I do believe that somewhat Danish comes under Caucasian, so I think there's not really any one rule on that. And
well, I've heard them call.
I spent some time in the locker rooms. Let me see what I can remember. There's really not much of a difference. I think we're looking at, on an average scale, you'd go for medium. I know the tradition. We have black men on one end of the spectrum and Asians on the other, and let's not offend anybody. There are happy mediums, and I think Europeans are fairly medium-sized, maybe on the thick side. I don't know.
Well, I think, Tally, you should do some research, Tally, because now you know, Tino, what about
hands-on research? Huh?
Hands-on research, yes.
I would like you to do that research. I'll ask the questions, but you have to do the hands-on part because I don't swing that way. I'm sorry.
Lovely.
But you know, Tally, it's not the size, and also it's not the length, it's the girth. Don't you think the girth, the width of a man's penis is more important than the length of his penis?
That made me curious also, because I thought, well, it doesn't really matter the size, it's just how a man uses it, correct?
Absolutely.
I thought that was
if he doesn't know what to do with it.
Right.
Or no?
A man can have a small penis, but still use it very nicely. So it doesn't matter the size, does it?
I don't think so. I personally think the size of a man's heart is much more important than his penis. And I think women look for the whole package. I mean, I think it's important for him to be able to give good oral sex, to be a great kisser, to caress beautifully, and then, you know, to have wonderful intercourse in slow motion, not just wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. What do you think, Tino?
I have a question. I have a counter question. I must know out of my own personal perverted curiosity. Now, both of these men, did they go down on you, yes?
Yes.
Was there a difference in how they did it, black and white?
No.
Ah.
Oh. No. They were both good or they were both lousy?
Oh, no, they were both very, very good.
Outstanding. Well, you're lucky.
I can hear her smiling in her voice. You're such a naughty girl, Tally. I hope you were practicing safer sex with condoms.
Well, you know, as Euros do it, you know. I mean, we try everything, so.
Yes, you do. What a bad girl. So stay on the line. Thank you so much for sharing that story. And I definitely think you should have them back and try the DP. And then, yes, and then let us know how that goes.
Oh, will do. Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you. You're listening to Sex Drive Radio. I am your host, Dr. Ava Cadell, and my co-host today is Tino Struckman, who just had his first phone call, which has probably thrown him for a loop.
No.
You thought tonight's show was about romance, didn't you?
Oh, yes. I thought we were going to talk about nice white tablecloth, and I thought we were going to be talking about flowers to send and how to say hi to Grandma. No, I had some idea with the title of the show.
Okay, so I want to read a quote that you have on your Facebook profile, and it says, I can come to your rescue on a white horse as any man. I shall duel anyone who dare to wrong the one I love. And I'm going to ask you whether you mean that literally or figuratively in a second, but first I just want to tell our listeners about an amazing offer that our sponsor, AdamandEve.com, has right now. And that is, if you go to AdamandEve.com, you can buy, just about any product that you want and get 50% off if you use Sex Drive as your offer code. And AdamandEve.com is not only going to give you half off, but they're also going to give you 3 free adult DVDs plus a free extra gift, which is a surprise. And on top of that, they're going to throw in free shipping on your entire order. But do make sure that you use the offer code SEXDRIVE at AdamandEve.com. Okay, so Tino, tell me about this fabulous quote that I just read that you have on your Facebook profile. What does it mean exactly?
What it means to me is that is the epitome of chivalry. Which is not dead, and is not dead because I say so. And as long as I'm here, I'll fight for it. Because like I said, we all have our kinky side, and we have our fun, and all that is good. But men have to be men. In the final analysis of things, we have to be men. We have to be true to the values that we hold dear, and women have to be women. And sometimes being a man is about standing up for women, standing up for a woman, standing up for the one you love, accepting the good and the bad, the ups and the downs, and absolutely not tolerating anybody putting mental or physical harm to the one you love. I spend my life protecting women, and I will most certainly carry that on into my private life, and I have done so. I had hold that thought.
Hold that thought, Tino. When we come back, we're going to ask you about that, but we're going to take a quick commercial break. And for everybody listening, we want to talk to you about romance, love, relationships, intimacy, and sex. So give us a call.
Hey guys, I was your average lover in the sack until I enrolled in lavologyuniversity.com, and I learned new ways to please my partner and myself. Now I've been told that I am a great lover, again and again.
Enroll now if you want to find love or improve your relationship at lavologyuniversity.com, or give us a call toll-free at 1-877-40-LOVE-YOU, love and the letter U.
WeTalkSex.com. Shift your sex drive into high gear. WeTalkSex.com. WeTalkSex.com. Shift your sex drive into high gear. WeTalkSex.com.
Yes! Yes! Oh! Yes!
Welcome back to Sex Drive Radio, where we will support you whether you are gay or straight, black, brown, or white, and whatever your sexual appetites are, as long as it is between consenting adults. And my co-host today is Tino Struckman, and right before the break, he was telling us about being chivalrous and having a duel with a man over somebody that he loved. Yeah. Is that right, Tino? So just tell us the story
we have
briefly.
To stand up for what we believe in. And when somebody put their hands and causes harm or abuse to somebody that we hold dear, we can't go out and start. And unfortunately, I can't challenge him to a gunfight. I can't go beat him up in the parking lot because we live in a world full of laws. But it doesn't mean that we can't uphold what we believe. So I challenged him to a fight, to an MMA fight in a steel cage, and soon after he left the country.
What's MMA?
Mixed martial arts.
Mixed martial arts,
I figured the only legal way I can get to put my hands on him, and that was the first and only instinctive thing that came to my mind, and it's not the first time. In Europe, we could get away with, let's step outside and settle this.
So you did it in a cage. Did you have an audience? Did you have an audience?
Men are disrespectful to women, any women.
Right.
And there's only one thing young men out there and men need to know and understand about women. When they want to talk, you listen, and when women say no, you don't ask why.
I agree with that. So when you fought this guy in the cage, did you have an audience?
He left the country. He ran away.
Oh, so you never did get to fight him.
I'm still waiting for. I'll get my hands on him sooner or later.
Okay. Well, let's get our hands on a caller.
But there's a few others, and we did that in the dark in nice forests out in Europe.
All right, let's take a call, Tino.
Men fight for women as it should be, because women are worth fighting for.
Let's take a call, Tino. Line 3, Sandy. Welcome to Sex Drive Radio.
Hey, thank you. Is Tino single? Because that's just so sweet.
Yes,
Are you?
Come on, I'm a good guy.
Single. He's single.
You know how the rule is.
Tino is single. He's handsome. He's buffed. He's ready.
Oh, really?
Yes. Now, what about you, Sandy? You're from California. He just happens to live in California.
Oh, well, that's nice, because tell me that you're in Southern California.
I'm in Los Angeles.
Oh, really? So am I.
Oh, we've got a match going on here, I can tell.
As long as we don't have to start measuring body parts right now, because...
So, Tino, what kind of woman are you looking for?
Yeah,
maybe Sandy fits the bill.
Here. Yeah, what kind of girl do you want?
What kind? I'm sure that's not why you called in here.
It's not.
Come on. It doesn't matter.
A question pertaining to your life, but I will answer the question.
Answer the question, Tino.
Somebody with beautiful eyes. That'll tell me everything about her that I need to know.
Oh.
Isn't that romantic, Sandy?
I'm going to email, I think, Dr. Ava, if I email you a picture of my eyes, will you give it to him?
I think you should send me a picture of your entire self so I can send it to him. Yes.
You got it.
Tino's on Facebook. Tino, give out your Facebook address so she can actually contact you directly. You guys don't even need me.
Oh, no, because, wonderful. Now that, I was just, yes, I'll give you my home number right away because...
No, not the home number, just the Facebook.
Tino Strickman, look me. You can Google me and find out what...
I don't want anybody else listening to call you, so...
I always wanted a stalker. I spent my life protecting stalkers. I never had one.
Is that funny? Okay, so Tino, what's the Facebook address for her?
My name, TinoStruckmann. And let
me tell you, Sandy,
they find me through your Facebook, my dear.
Yes, he has he has some pretty hot pictures on Facebook. Yes, he does.
Oh.
He's got very little on. Yes.
Honey, you must have a question to get me off the hook here.
Okay, well, Sandy, what's your question? What's your question, sweetie?
Okay, my question is that I'm a Christian, and I have a friend who, his name is Jacob, and Jacob keeps trying to tell me that he's straight, despite, and I don't mean this in any mean or rude way, but despite his mannerisms and things that he likes and that he's into. I mean, we'll be walking down the street and he'll say, "Wow, that guy's really cute," and then he'll say, "Oh, hey, I love that one girl on TV. She's so hot," and he's like, he just keeps mentioning that he's straight, and
could he swing both ways?
I want to know if a guy is straight, he doesn't need to point out that he's straight, right?
Well, I think, Sandy, if he's a friend of yours, what difference does it make? Just love him as a friend and accept him as a friend, and maybe he's in it sounds like he's in conflict right now, and maybe he's bisexual, maybe he's one way or the other, but it really doesn't matter. And I wouldn't judge him or analyze him. I would just go with it. And he's trying to share and he's trying to talk to you. And so I definitely wouldn't challenge him. I would just be a really good friend.
I just want to tell him that I support him no matter
no matter
who
what
he is, but I feel like it might be a touchy subject for him, so I'm not quite sure how to bring it up and just tell him I love him and support him without him
Do you have any gay
feeling
friends
like I'm
that you know are gay?
or something.
So Tina wanted to know if you have any gay friends.
Do you have any gay friends that you know are gay?
I do. I have some wonderful gay friends.
Well, then take one of your confirmed gay friends and go hang out with your friend and see what comes out of it, because that way your friend here will see that you have gay friends and you're fine with it, and if he has things he want to discover or turn out, he can get to talk to somebody who you both know are gay, and he can find out something about himself or not.
It's a good idea.
Just a thought.
Yeah,
I never thought of that. That's a good idea.
Good advice, Tino, you see? And Sandy, make sure that you connect with Tino on Facebook. Oh, and before you get off the phone, talk to Shane and tell him that you want one of our free Axe hair product gifts and give it to your friend. And tell him that, it'll give him sexy hair.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, I just want him to know I love him, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank
you just
you.
tell him that you love and accept him just the way he is. That's what people want to hear. Thank you for your call. You're listening to Sex Drive Radio, and I am your host, Dr. Ava Cadell. I'm here with my co-host today, Tino Struckman, and we're talking about, we're actually talking about everything, but we started talking about romance and how this economy is affecting our romantic relationships, and so we want to give you some advice. And we also want you to call in and talk to us at 1-877-711-5611. You can ask us a question or you can share an experience. So let me ask you, Tino.
Yes, dear.
You are a romantic man. And so do you have any advice for men on how to be more romantic?
I do. And I will give them the light of the topic that it's a bad economy and people are a little bit down on their luck. Don't despair that you can't afford expensive restaurants and travels and trips and buy her jewelry and all that stuff, because in the final analysis of things, women don't really care about all that. It's just one little point here and there. Be there for her. Spend this time together. Get to know each other. Cook at home. Spend what little money you have if it's about the economy, and really explore each other. Get to know each other. Put a little couple candle lights on. Cook dinner together. You do the starters. She does the desserts. You do the main course together. Eat, have fun, have a bottle of wine. It doesn't cost much to stay home and talk. Go for a walk in the woods. Go for a walk along the beach. Do small things together that you don't usually do because you used to go to big, expensive restaurants where you don't really talk about who you are. And listen to her. This is the most important thing I can ever tell men about women. I don't know much, but what I do know is women need to be heard. And take the time and listen to what your woman is saying. Don't come up with suggestions. Don't jump straight into, I want to solve, I want to fix, I want to talk about her problems and how to fix them, and don't talk about work, don't talk about you. Just listen to what she's saying and try to hear her on that level, because that will make her open up to you.
And it'll make her open up her legs. It'll make her open up her legs, Tino. For a woman, it starts between her ears, and then it goes between her legs.
I'm talking to the guys. That's where they want to end up anyway.
Well, we know that. And let me tell you guys, one of the sexiest and most romantic things you can do is to help her with the housework, with the dishes, with the kids, taking the garbage out. It doesn't sound romantic, I know, but it is.
That's what
and
counts.
We are going to take a quick break, Tino. But if you want to hear more Sex Drive Radio, we've got more love, relationship, intimacy, and sex talk. So stay tuned, stay in a juicy state of mind, and give us a call at 1-877-711-5611. Hi, Dr. Ava here. What do the big stars consider sexy? Stay tuned to find out if you share any of these in common with your favorite celebrity.
And now, the disclaimer. This program is meant to provide relationship and love advice and is purely for entertainment and educational purposes. Make sure that if you have any health or medical issues that you consult your physician. And if you hear something you like on the show and want to try it, just remember to use protection, like a safety net.
Listen up. I want to share with you how I created more love, intimacy, and the best sex of my life by enrolling in LovologyUniversity.com. Now I'm training to become a love coach so I can help others and improve their love lives.
Enroll now and learn about the Venus butterfly technique, the trigasm, and the side slide position at LovologyUniversity.com, or give us a call toll free at 1-877-40-LOVE-U. That's love and the letter U.
Ladies, are you in a juicy state of mind? Then you're at the right place. Sex Drive. Sex Drive on WeTalkSex.com.
Welcome back to Sex Drive Radio, where we talk love, romance, relationships, intimacy, and a little bit of sex. I'm Dr. Ava, and today my co-host is Tino Struckman, and we're talking about romance, how to spice it up in this shaky economy. And we're going to take a call right away. Tino, are you ready?
I am so ready.
Okay, let's talk to Paul, line 4, who has a question. Welcome to the show, Paul. How are you tonight?
Hey, how you doing? I had a question. I think I'm pretty good at all the, making love and all of that stuff, but I just wanted to get your advice. Is there one good book or website or just one resource that could really just teach me everything that I should know?
Of course there is. It's LovologyUniversity.com. It has courses on love, relationships, intimacy, sex, tantric sex, oral sex, anal sex, communication, sexual positions, every single thing you can think of, with videos and ebooks and audios. And I created it. So I should know that, yes, absolutely. I guarantee you will be a master sexpert.
Oh, cool.
That's quite a guarantee, don't you think?
Well, absolutely. I mean, if it's got the Dr. Ava seal of approval.
I know. So what is it that you're most interested in? What, if you could get certified in any course at all, what would it be?
Well, I like to please my partner orally, and
nice. We've got a course on oral sex.
Well, yeah, sounds like that would be perfect.
Okay, so we have videos and we have a course, we have a slideshow, and we have a certified course. So when you pass your exam, your oral exam, you will actually be certified in oral sex, and you can put your name and you can hang it above your bed. I know.
Wow.
Isn't that fantastic?
Oh, that'll help.
Yes, it will.
Well, very good.
Thank you.
And what's the website again? I'm sorry.
It's loveologyuniversity.com.
Cool. I'm going to check that
right.
out right now.
There you go. Well, do it at the end of the show.
Okay.
All right, sweetie. Thank you so much for calling. This is Dr. Ava Cadell with my co-host, Tino Struckman. And Tino, you are going to answer the next question.
Yes,
are you ready?
I am.
We don't know what it's going to be. Actually, I think that was Ken. It wasn't Paul. Let's have Paul right now. He's been very patient on line 4.
Hi, Ava.
Hi, Paul. Welcome to Sex Drive Radio. What is your question?
Well, because you are sexy and romantic, you are getting my favorite question.
Okay.
What romantic suggestion can you give me for a long-term relationship? Not sex, but long-term.
Well, I'm going to let Tino go first. Tino, because Tino is a romantic man. So Paul is in a long-term relationship. What would you recommend that he does to impress his wife?
Something
or his
she
girlfriend?
absolutely will not expect that you haven't done for a long time. How long have you been together?
Such as?
Well, let me say, anything that you have a daily routine with this woman. You guys live together?
Yes.
I would do something that she have not expected you to do. I would maybe take her to a restaurant, prepare the restaurant with little flowers or something that the waiter will bring in, she not knowing it, maybe a little gift that he'll present on the menu. Go take her away somewhere if you finances can do it without the usual little getaway. Plan for it. Maybe talk to her at work. Make sure she can get away. Do something she does not expect that you do. Something that you go like, wow, this is a different side of him.
Wow, that's great. I forgot that I did that years ago.
I'm sure she didn't.
I haven't done it for a long time. I put a little note in a fortune cookie at a Chinese restaurant from me, behind her back, and I had the waiter cooperating. And you can imagine what I asked her.
What did you ask her?
Well,
did you get married?
Well, I didn't tell her I was a help. I'm a hostage in a Chinese cookie factory.
Yeah, that's good. It's good that you didn't say that.
I told her that there is a credible guy, whose name starts with Paul. And no. So, I did that, but, the fact that you reminded me that, I should be doing it again.
Well,
very little effort from us to do something really, really special for them.
Listen, Ava is the dean as well.
I am. So let me tell you what I think you should do. I think that you should get something to heighten each one of her 5 senses and get like 5 little gifts, and they don't have to be expensive gifts, but get something that she likes to hear, like her favorite music. Like my favorite music is Andrea Bocelli, and he just came out with an album of Christmas songs. So if you were my man, that's what I would want for my sense of hearing, to heighten that and get me in a romantic mood. And then get her something that she loves to taste, like chocolates. Get her something that she loves to feel. Get her something. What am I missing? Eat.
Well,
listen.
Maybe we can save the taste for Paul.
Oh yes, you can taste Paul.
Yes.
Hello. Yes. Well, you said romantic.
Senses.
You said romantic, not sexual. I'm trying to make it PG rated here, Paul.
Okay.
All right, Paul,
Anyway,
what you do is you buy a really, really large
great.
teddy bear and some really sexy lingerie for her. You sneak out in the middle of the night. You put it on this car seat next to hers with the lingerie in a nice little box to tell her to wear it when she comes home from work. Well, you'll be waiting with champagne. Just a thought.
That works.
Small little surprises in everyday life.
anything creative is going to work. And the fact that you called Paul with that question means that you and she are very lucky to have each other. So thank you for your call.
Hey, thanks for the advice, Dean and Guy.
You are welcome. You're listening to Sex Drive Radio. I am your host, Dr. Ava Cadell, and today my co-host is author, actor, producer, writer, and chivalrous man, Tino Struckman. We're talking about romance. So we have another caller on line 2, and let's talk to Mark. Hi, Mark. Welcome to Sex Drive Radio. What's your question?
Hi, thanks for taking my call. My question, unfortunately, it's not so much romantic. It's kind of a more logistical question, but is that okay?
Any question.
Okay, good. So I just have a fear. Basically, I've tried anal sex a couple of times, and as someone who is a top, I get a phobia as I'm about to pull out because it's very tight down there, which is very enjoyable. However, I get a phobia after orgasming in pulling out, as if it's going to wreck the penis somehow. I just want some assurance, I guess, that that's normal, that's okay for it to kind of be tight as you pull out.
Well, first of all, I'm very concerned about the woman. Is it a woman who's receiving anal sex?
Actually, it's a man.
It's a man. Okay. It's actually irrelevant, but I'm very concerned. Is he comfortable without using a whole lot of lubricant that makes it easier to pull out? Does he enjoy the friction?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Yeah, the receiver of anal sex should always be in control.
Okay.
And you should always honor and respect his wishes. So it sounds to me like there is an issue here, and that you should definitely use a lot more lubricant. There's wet lubricant, there's gun oil, there's amazing lubricants, especially, for anal sex. And I think that A, you should use lubricant, and B, I hope you're using a condom, of course, because there's a lot of bacteria back there. But the fact that you called and asked the question means that there is a sense of a lack of comfort, and you want to make it more comfortable for both of you.
Okay.
Do you have any comments, Tino, sweetie?
Is your concern for you or for him?
My concern?
It sounded a little bit like your concern was a little bit for you as well, physical safety-wise, or was it just for him?
It's for both, for comfort as well. I think those are some good points to remember.
Because physical damage, there shouldn't be any to you, certainly, because you're already in, and you can always retract slowly. But there's been times. Does he?
We've got to take a break now, Tino. So I think, Tino, sweetheart, we've got to take a break. But slowly is the word, Mark. Slow and wetter is better. And I thank you for your call. Tino, I'm sorry it's over. We had a great time. Everybody go to tinostruckman.com. Check out this guy. He is a man's man, and he is chivalrous. He is romantic. He's been a great co-host, and I thank you so much. When we come back, thank you, sweetie. When we come back, we will have my celebrity guest star today, who is a singer, a songwriter, Jason Miller.
Dr. Ava Cadell is an internationally renowned relationship and love expert to the stars. But that's not all. She's earned not one, but 2 doctorates. Has authored multiple best-selling books. She's a board-certified clinical sexologist and founder of Loveology University. Featured on all the big TV shows. Dr. Ava brings her unique blend of relationship and sex advice to her own radio talk show, Sex Drive.
Sex Drive.
Welcome back to Sex Drive Radio, where we believe that love and sex is one of the greatest gifts to the human race. And I am so happy to let you know that my celebrity guest is here. He is a talented singer, songwriter, Jason Miller, who has performed all over the world and has worked with people like Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent, Akon, Detail, and 2RQ. Jason just finished recording Living Your Dream, the official Michael Jackson tribute song. And his new single is called Supermodel. I heard it today. And his song Strip, by the way, became #1 on SoundClick.com. So, Jason, welcome to the show.
Doing tonight?
How are you, sweetie?
Fantastic. How you doing?
I'm doing great. And you know what I love about you is not only are you this great singer-songwriter, but you also give back. You have a non-profit organization dedicated to helping terminally ill children, too. And I know that's near and dear to your heart. Isn't that right?
It definitely is. I mean, we definitely, anytime that we can help the kids out, you know, that's something that's very important to me. I mean, we do a lot of work around here. The holidays are coming up, so you know we got Thanksgiving dinners that we do here. As far as you know, going downtown and helping the homeless out, and you know, Christmas time is the same way. I mean, you know, I just feel like we have a responsibility to do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I've been given so much in this business, and I grew up actually dirt poor. Had to work my way all the way up to, you know, to where I'm at now. And, you know, it's all because of God. I'm very blessed to be where I'm at. But at the same token, you know, I need to give back, you know.
Yeah, I agree. And I do the same. I work with children, too. I work with abused children and I work with disabled children. And I think they are the most innocent souls. So I'm right with you there. And I totally concur. And you've had such a great career so far. I mean, what would you say is your biggest accomplishment so far with everything that you've done?
You mean as far as like musically goes? As far as career-wise?
Anything in life. What is your biggest accomplishment?
The biggest accomplishment in life that I've probably done, if you really want to know the truth, is and a lot of people don't know this about me, but it's being a father. That's probably the biggest accomplishment that I have, especially the way that I grew up. You know, in the music, you know, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be where I'm at musically right now at all if my son wouldn't have been born. Because, you know, I was kind of out of control. You know, my life was kind of out of control. I was kind of the wild, crazy guy. You know, it's not like you can't really tell that if you listen to my lyrics and look at my pages. But, I mean, it's like, you know, I was pretty crazy and pretty, you know, just out there and risk taker and all that. And, you know, as soon as if you have any children, you know that as soon as you have a child, it changes you. And I tell him every single night that he's with me, I say, you saved my life in more ways than one. You know, so the music had a big part to do with that.
Well, that's a beautiful story, and you're right. When I was looking at you on MySpace, for example, you look like this hot guy, and I love some of the names of your songs. My favorite one is Sucker for Love. And I was going to ask you if that song was written, you know, about you, about an experience that you had, and you felt like a sucker for love. So
right now, I'm going to lie to you and tell you I wrote it for you, girl. You know what I'm saying? Girl? No, I'm just joking. I actually wrote that from like a past experience, and you know, it's funny because everything breaks where you're from first. Okay, and I'm actually from the Midwest in Indiana, and the song broke here about 4 or 5 months ago. And when it did, it got a huge response here, and it's so funny because you know how Facebook's the new big thing right now. A lot of people are sending a lot of Facebooks for Sucker for Love because there's a reality TV show called Make My Date here in Fort Wayne, Indiana that I do all the music for. And so Sucker for Love is basically the theme song for that show. And a lot of people are hitting the Facebook up and talking about Sucker for Love. And whenever they use, you know, past experiences, they always use that song, which I think is amazing. Every time I hear that, I just want to pinch myself because it's just kind of like, you know, I wrote a song that a lot of people can't get out of their head, which is crazy.
I know. I love that. Now, that's called success in Hollywood.
Yeah, that's what they say, but you know what? I don't really look at things like that. I think you know, being successful is a state of mind, and I think being successful means that you're being successful at the game of life. You know what I'm saying?
And love.
Exactly. You know, the music is great. I'm so thankful for where I'm at, and I'm so blessed for all my fans, and so blessed to even have yourself, you know, talking to me right now. It's just to me, there's more important things in life than just the music, you know. And I think that that's fantastic. And I just, you know, I love life just like you do. You can hear it in your voice.
Oh, I can tell. Yeah, I was just going to say I can hear it in your voice. So let me ask you something. Okay, so Jason, how would you describe yourself in just one word? If you could only use one word, what would that word be?
Passionate.
Passion. Oh my God, that is the same word that I would use to describe myself. Passionate.
Yeah, passionate. That'd be the word because I'm very passionate about everything I do. It can be something very, very small. You know, it could be playing a 360 game with my son, and I'm passionate about trying to beat him.
Oh, okay. So I have to ask you this because my show is called Sex Drive. Would you rather your partner, your lover, was a funny woman, a seductive woman, a smart, or a nurturing woman?
That's through the choices again one more time.
Okay, funny, seductive, smart, or nurturing?
When you say nurturing, like she takes care of me.
Yes, you got it.
I would say, do I only get one?
Yep. Sorry, just one.
Only get
well,
one.
one main one. One main one.
Main one? I'd probably take smart, because along with smart comes all the other ones.
Oh, yes, because you can communicate with her. What? And you're a smart man for picking that. Absolutely. Communication, you know it, is the number one ingredient for a successful relationship.
Exactly, and if she's smart, she's going to know how to be seductive. If she's smart, she's going to know when to be witty, and if she's smart, she's going to know how to take care of her man as well. So I mean,
you got it.
I think that would probably be the choice.
Okay, so what's the best compliment, Jason, that you've ever received?
The best compliment I've ever received?
Yeah.
Oh man, you know the best compliment I think I've ever received as of this date, musically, is that musically would be what Colby-O wrote in his insert. You know Colby O'Donis?
Yes.
Talk about what you got. You remember that song?
Mm-hmm.
The insert of his CD, I've actually got it on my wall because Colby-O and I are pretty close. Before I even knew any of those guys 2 years ago, when I first signed with Convict and nobody knew who I was, me and him hit it off, and he wrote. He didn't have to do this. He wrote in his insert right at the very beginning, right when you open it up, special thanks to Jason Miller. You've got tons of talent and are going to be a huge success in this business, bro. Thank you. That was a major, major compliment for me. Believe
That's
it or
beautiful.
not.
Well, I want to compliment you by being a great guest and a great father and a great songwriter and singer, and I wish you continued success in all that you do. And thank you so much for spending this time with me. I'm honored to have interviewed you. Thank you.
Oh, definitely. And I just want to tell people, everybody out there, if I got 1 second, check out I've got the new song Supermodel that I'm knocking out right now. You can go to www.myspace.com/thejasonmiller. You can check out all the music that I'm doing right now. I'm actually producing bands right now as well, and I'm producing a new band called Killing Chemicals. I do rock and roll, I do R&B, I do hip hop, I do everything. So you can go to killingchemicals.com and check out all the music that I'm producing. And I just want to tell everybody out there, thank you so much for all of your blessings, and thank you for everything that you've done, to help me advance in my career. Because without me, without you, there'd be no me. And without me out there grinding and being able to touch you guys out there, there's no way that I would be able to be doing what I'm doing right now. So thank you so much, and I can't wait to see everybody out there. Next time I got a big show, you're gonna have to get out there, girl.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be there. So, Jason, good luck, especially with your nonprofit organization. You're doing well. You've got it all. And just continue doing what you are doing. I am Dr. Ava Cadell. You're listening to Sex Drive Radio. I want to thank everybody, including Jason, also my co-host, Tino Struckman, my producer, Christy, social media coordinator, Nikki, my engineers, Ron, Ray, and Shane, and of course the phone screener, Kevin. You're all doing a great job. And special thanks to our sponsor, AdamandEve.com.